Hello class, my name is Lisa Simmonds and I chose to do my research project presentation on evaluating communication theory. So, what is evaluating communication theory? Evaluating communication theory is the process by where we can draw an opinion or conclusion about a or many types of communication theories. According to Littlejohn and Foss in our textbook reading, as we encounter theories of communication, you will need a basis for judging one against another. There are also criteria for evaluating communication theory, some of which we will discuss very shortly. As there are several criteria that can be used in assisting us in evaluating communication theory, Littlejohn and Foss have presented a list of criteria in which they tell us that all of these criteria have limitations and we will not necessarily find a theory for which any of the criteria holds true. Also, that certain criteria will be more important to certain kinds of theories. In this case, we're talking about criteria that it is evaluating communication theory. The criteria that they present is theoretical scope, appropriateness, heuristic value, validity, parsimony, and openness. This list is a starting point to begin the evaluating theories. So now let's take a look at how these criteria actually evaluate theories. The first criteria that we will take a look at is theoretical scope. Theoretical scope evaluates communication theory for its comprehensiveness and inclusiveness. It is the principle of generality or idea that the theory's explanation must be general enough to extend beyond a single observation. The next criteria of evaluating communication theory is the aspects of epistemological, ontological, and axiological assumptions appropriate for the theoretical questions and the research methods that are being used. The third is heuristic value. In evaluating communication theory, simply asks the question, will the theory generate new ideas for an additional theory? Then there is the criteria of validity, which refers to the truth or value of a theory. And when we are using validity as a criteria to evaluate communication theory, there are certain types of validity that we can look for. The first type that we can look for is the value or worth, referring to importance or utility of this particular theory. Does the theory have value? The second one is correspondence, or how does it fit? Whether or not the concepts and relations specified by the theory actually can be observed. And then there's a third validity called generalizability. I had to pronounce that one slow, which also refers to the same concept of the theoretical scope that we just talked about. Parsimony is the fifth criteria, which involves logical and simplicity, but should be balanced with other criteria as highly parsimonious explanations when evaluating a communication theory may be overly simplified and may possibly leave out many important factors that could provide further insight into what is happening in the communication theory. And then finally, the openness criteria that evaluates whether the theory is tentative, contextual, and qualified and open to other possibilities. So what makes a good theory? According to Littlejohn and Foss, theories that exhibit the criteria discussed in this presentation impact the communication discipline in several ways. And we're going to take a look at how these ways can be impacted by the criteria. The first one is that it provides insight in communication we would not ordinarily have. In other words, it introduces new ideas, helps us to see things in new ways. Secondly, it is conceptually interesting. It is intriguing and it has helpful concepts. The concepts are also changing throughout this evaluating theory criteria process. And it has history that continues to evolve. The fourth way that makes a good theory evaluation is it consists of collaboration, extension, or elaboration. And in this particular process, it has attracted a number of curious scholars, and they have introduced this to their students. And it will carry on for generations of scholars on the theory. The fourth one is the theory has staying power. The theory may change, but it will still be around for years. The theory is useful, insightful, interesting, and will not easily be abandoned. It has a leading influence and known for the form or another for many years. Also, some theories are taught to students because they have influenced other scholars and considered to be important to understanding the development of the discipline. It becomes a classic. This concludes my presentation on evaluating communication theory. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I thank you very much.